because I
Definitely.
need your mentorship. It has helped me a lot. I would have been completely lost without your guidance. I'm clearly saying, because even if my father is in this field, but he has been practicing law for the past 30 to 35 years now. So no longer in this entrance exam or academic field, he has no longer any touch with these kind of fields. So had it not been for you, I wouldn't have landed up anywhere. I think I wouldn't have landed up anywhere.
It depends on the
So I just,
student also, how serious you are, how what kind of a go-getter you are. So since you made an effort to reach out, so I responded.
yes, ma'am. Right now, very nervous also and anxious that this is a completely new arena for me.
Yeah, yeah.
That what if I'll be able to do it properly or not, anything. So I was anyway going to text you, drop you a WhatsApp text like, ma'am, even after I get into this college, you have to be there. I will text you, I will disturb you
Yeah.
at times with my messages
Sure,
that this
sure.
is happening or that is happening.
Sure, sure, you can do so. With me,
And
it's
even
like if you are a part of Law Digest family, then for me, it's like we have this relationship for lifetime. It does not expire with the expiry of your course. It goes on, and that's there with all my students.
definitely, ma'am. That is why I took all your marks so that I could just keep coming back and texting you. Purchase mocks like from other platforms also, one or two. But I felt like it was very commercial that way. That once you purchase the mock, you can no longer contact them, or you if you have any doubt, or when we are preparing, we are very anxious. We want
Yeah,
some reassurance. We
correct.
have some doubts. I always could go back to you, and you would come, you would send me a message, and that was a great calming factor. Also, I'm a very anxious person. If your mocks where the questions actually used to land up, like
Yeah,
I gave so many 2 to 3 examinations, I saw many of the questions from
yeah.
your mocks actually they landed up in the examination as well.
जनरली वी सी स्टूडेंट्स एक दो एग्जामिनेशंस के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हैं साथ में दे क्लियर वन एग्जामिनेशन एंड देन दे कम हियर टुडे जो स्टूडेंट मेरे साथ हैं वो हमारे काफी सारे प्रोग्राम्स में इनरोल्ड थी एंड शी वाज प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर नॉट वन और टू बट 6 लॉ एंट्रेंसेस टुगेदर और उसमें से उन्होंने दो एग्जाम्स क्लियर किए एक एग्जामिनेशन उन्होंने दो एग्जामिनेशन रादर उन्होंने दिए ही नहीं है बिकॉज शी ऑलरेडी क्लियर्ड AIAT एंड NLUO. शी इज गोइंग टू बी हियर विद अस एंड साथ में उनका NLSAT में भी स्कोर अच्छा रहा है बट since the seats are limited and the competition is too much, she could not secure a seat for herself in NLSAT. But nevertheless, NLUO में उनका 13th रैंक है और सिम्बाइसिस भी उन्होंने फर्स्ट लिस्ट में क्लियर किया. So I think her journey is going to be very exciting to hear about, and I have her here with me on our platform. Sohini Dutta is here with us to talk about her preparation journey. Let's welcome her to the channel and get to know more about her. So, hi Sohini, welcome to the channel. We have been in constant touch, but I would like you to tell the viewers कि अपने बारे में थोड़ा your education qualifications and किस तरह से अपना आपने अपना preparation start किया because you were preparing for multiple exams together. We will talk
Yes.
about those strategies in detail further in the interview. For now, just let us know something about yourself.
Yes, so hello, ma'am. My name is Sohini Dutta. I have done my UG and PG in English. So it's my story is very different from maybe most of the law aspirants or those who have already gotten selected. So basically, I did not have any as such plan to venture into the legal field. But after completing my master's, I was totally motivated to go into research, to pursue a PhD. Slowly, ma'am, the more I went into this PhD field, I felt like this is not my forte. So, and my father, he's also a practicing lawyer. So in Calcutta High Court, he is there, and in District Court as well. So I was in a flux. I had to talk with him as well. So he also inspired me that you can just do this 3 years LLB and join me. You can like there are a few advocates also right now doing their internships and all interns under him. So you can also join me. So he also inspired me a lot to move into this field. So that is how I slowly transitioned from academia to this legal field.
Legal field.
That
So,
is,
how did you like
yeah.
start preparing? What did you understand about the examinations? How did you take that
Yes,
first step?
yes, ma'am. It was in 2020, like last year, in the from the month of July, I would say June, July, I started searching like what to do regarding it, how to go about with the examinations, what are the examinations. I had no clue about it. And
Yeah.
then randomly one day, actually, I went to YouTube and I just wrote law entrances that I can give, and your channel came first.
Okay.
You gave me, yes, ma'am, your channel came first, and then I clicked on one of those videos. And after that, I would say that that became my habit. I go and search Law Digest by Ayushi ma'am. I will search what are the study materials, what are the books. So as I told you that I kept you as my primary resource, my mentor, my guide. So whatever books you told in your videos or whatever strategy you suggested, I tried to follow them. And then, yes, I did diversify a bit when it came to the logical reasoning. Some educators who have been giving continuous videos that way, but again, I first saw Chetan sir's video, like how much he's going into depth, like what is the standard really. So I had to first gauge that. Then I diversified at times, but mostly I came back again to your channel and then referred to books. So also I did not refer much because more than books, I felt like online teaching, someone teaching in front of me would have helped. And plus that time I was also teaching on a platform, like I told you. So I had to juggle between the two. But towards like in the month of December or something, I completely left that job. That I have to be focused because from that time onwards only the exams started. Like with Symbiosis was on 16th December, I remember. From that time, the exams also started, and I did not take any risk because this was my last year. I had to get an admission somewhere in a law college proper. And that is how, ma'am, I started my entire journey.
Okay. So, like you were preparing for multiple exams, NLSAT, CUET, AIAT,
Yes, ma'am.
and MHSET,
Yes, ma'am.
NLUO. This was a
Hmm.
concoction of so many examinations together, and
Exactly.
there are no defined sources also. So, how did you go
Hmm.
about your books and materials, and how did you decide, how did you use them to prepare?
Ma'am, first of all, I would like to say for NLU Odisha, I did not prepare specifically focusing that. Okay, ma'am. So I was preparing for CVT PG, MH set. These two examinations, they are quite similar. Recurring pattern you will find. So and even between CVT PG and MH set also, there are many common areas. Except MH set, there is a heavy focus on the legal, like torts we have, and criminal, etc. We have all those stuff. But the other things are quite similar. So I mostly started first with my LR quants because I come from a humanities background. So my LR or quants were not very strong. English, I never had to focus, like primarily, I did not focus English. Even before my examination, in any of the examinations, I did not take any special efforts to do English. English, mostly I used to do mocks and then whatever silly mistakes I used to commit, I used to focus on that only. Baki, I did give special effort on quant and LR. And for current affairs and GK portion, for current affairs, in your NLSAT module itself, you give MCQ patterns for every month. You
Yeah.
give MCQ patterns current affairs. Now, I did that, and other than that static GK, what I did was I referred to some YouTube channels for that current affairs. And also, I had that CLAT, CLAT and other law, and this is for some DULLB only. I had a book
Yeah.
for that, I
Self-guided.
used to refer self-guide book. One book I got just for a basic structure reference.
Yeah.
Other than that, I used to meticulously write down notes, any new question from the mocks that I would get. I did not keep aside like this is only for CVTPG, this is only for MSN. I did not just, I did not fit them into watertight compartments. I tried to gain knowledge like solving mocks, solving these various. I used to open random static GK YouTube videos and I used to solve. The educator used to ask questions. You get even for government examination preparations also they teach you
Yeah.
static GK and all that. I used to open random YouTube videos, and YouTube has been a very important source for me. So
Right.
that way also I have done it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what was your daily routine? Like, how were you studying? You were managing so many exams together. And as you said,
Yes.
MHSET and CUET has a sort of overlapping pattern, and NLUO can also be done within that. Then NLSAT and AIAT also has a overlapping
Similar
pattern. Yeah.
overlapping
Writing
pattern.
and all
Yes,
those
ma'am.
things. So how did you go about
Yes.
structuring the whole thing?
Ma'am, first of all, I focused on CVT PG because that pattern, I wanted to keep that as my base. That on that base, I'll have CVT, MS set, I'll have NLUO,
Yeah.
and further, if I have to give any more examination, because there you're getting to study all the basics, your
Correct.
quant, LR, static, current affairs, everything will be prepared.
Yeah.
And then NLSAT I did parallelly because NLSAT is again very different. Very different. But for AIT as such, I did not again prepare because if you're preparing for NLSAT, then you're preparing for AIT
AIT
also.
automatically.
So basically, yes, ma'am. Basically, if I tell you that I was basically preparing for CUET, PG, LLP, and NLSAT, and
NLSAT.
all the other examinations, they were surrounding that. Yes, for MSAT, I had to prepare torts, contracts, those things I had to do it. But unfortunately, I could not give that examination only because I even purchased mocks, Atal mocks, and everything, but I couldn't give only because suddenly, like 3 to 4 days prior to the examination, I got to know that it's in Pune. and it was a bit of remote location also, the college that they had allotted me. So that I could not give
Right.
at all.
Okay.
So that is how I prepared.
Hmm.
I did not think about, ma'am, I did not think that there are like 4 to 5 examinations that I have to give, because earlier I was doing that separate time I'll keep. And plus I was also teaching at that time. So
Mhm.
I couldn't keep. So I just I had this thought process in mind that I have 2 examinations, going to prepare properly, others will fall. That way. Yes.
So how did you do essay writing practice? Because for
Yes.
English, LR, and even reasoning, you do find videos and resources online. How
Hmm.
did you go into essay writing specifically, which is like the core of Symbiosis AIT examination, and also contract taught all these areas? How did you go about preparing for these?
Yes, ma'am. So regarding the essay writing part, I first took your mock for AIAT
Hmm.
because I wanted to get an idea. I wanted to start with the mocks itself.
Okay.
So when I used to write and you used to tell me, no, you have to complete it within this, there should be a proper introduction and you have to write within this word limit. I used to keep these things in mind. And also, one thing that is great about your mocks is you also give a sample essay alongside for solution. So I parallelly used to read those up. And even in the NLSAT module, you had prepared a list of current essays that could come for the AIAT, and from that, one landed up also in the
Yes.
actual examination from one of those. Yes, ma'am. So I completely, like as I told you, relied on your resources, and that really helped me a lot
All right. All right.
to deal
So.
with the examination. Yes, ma'am.
So as you mentioned that you prepared in a reverse manner, that you did mocks first, then you
Yes,
analyzed them rather than going through the theory and then coming to mocks. That
yes,
also makes
ma'am.
sense because you effectively started your preparation in December and you must have felt that now, I should test myself also, which is a good strategy
Yes,
in any case. So what did you understand? Because I see that you were enrolled for all the mock test series that we have for different law entrance exams.
everything. Yes, all.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So
So, yes,
yeah, so how
ma'am.
did
What?
you like how did you understand and what did you learn from these mocks?
Yes, ma'am. So, the first mock test series that I purchased from you was that NLU, sorry, AIAT.
Yeah.
That was the first mock test series that I purchased. And from there itself, I understood that, the way you not only correct my mistakes, but I can message you with most of my silliest doubts, and you are always there to guide me. And your mocks also had those sample essays. So it was not only like I purchased mocks like from other platforms also, one or two, but I felt like it was very commercial that way, that once you purchase the mock, you can no longer contact them, or you, if you have any doubt, or when we are preparing, we are very anxious, you want
Yeah.
some reassurances, you
Correct.
have some doubts, I always could go back to you, and you would send me a message, and that was a great calming factor also. I'm a very anxious person,
Hmm.
generally by nature. So I also like those personal messages that you used to send me, your sample papers, and also how effective your mocks were. The questions actually used to land up. Like
Yeah.
I gave so many 2 to 3 examinations. I saw many of the questions from
Yeah.
your mocks. Actually, they landed up in the examination as well. So
Yeah.
I found them to be effective, and also the personal guidance from you. And specifically, ma'am, I needed a mentor like you because none of my friends ventured into the legal field. They
Hmm.
all either went into the teaching line, so none of them went into this field.
Hmm.
So I was at loss. I couldn't discuss with anyone.
Hmm.
So I had to contact you for most of my serious doubts that what to do now. This message has come, this notification. So
Hmm.
yes, ma'am. That is why also I took most of your mock tests.
Okay. Okay. So what were the difficulties that you faced during your preparation? Apart from obviously you had a lot of personal issues that kept coming up time and again. But while
Yes, ma'am.
preparing, what were the core difficulties that you were facing and one should be wary of beforehand if they're preparing?
Yes. First of all, I would suggest or advise that you should not be focused on a particular examination. That could be your
Hmm.
dream university. That could be the college maybe you have dreamt of since your graduation.
Hmm.
But do not be focused on one particular university. Try for other examinations also, because you never know what might happen. You might face some personal problems, or the question paper related problem, or suddenly the pattern changes or something. We need to sit for various other examinations as well, entrance examination. And while preparing, we should not think that, okay, like earlier I used to think, like initially when I started, there are so many examinations that I have to, because I used to allot time for this exam, that exam. I used to allot too many study sessions. And specifically since I was also working alongside online, I had some responsibilities there as well, but it was too much pressure. But then what I did was, I just thought that no, maybe I just need to cut it down. That basically, if you properly prepare for CVT, PG, LLB, and NLSAT, you're preparing for other examinations. You're preparing for CVT, PG, LLB. You're not preparing for MSc. No, you're preparing for MSc also, but then those portions which are not overlapping, maybe that you need to prepare separately. But mostly, we need to keep this kind of a mindset, and also consistency. And of course, during the process, you will feel like demotivated. You won't feel like studying. It comes. There are certain these kind of phases come. But I would say rather than taking a whole day break, at least if we sit on those days you're feeling low or not feeling like studying at all, still we need to study for 2 hours at least. No break should be given until and unless you are allotted a college. Like this is in the middle, like because February, March, it was a very disturbing period for me for my personal reasons. Earlier, I for 2 or 3 days I completely stopped studying. Rather, I was forced to do it. But then I decided that no matter what happens, I am not going to come entirely take a day off. I will do it 2 hours, and then you get back that flow.
Right.
So this is
Consistency
one advice.
basically is the key.
Consistency, and see, ma'am, many of them will say that hard work. Definitely, that goes without saying. That you have to work hard. So many students, they aspire to get your college, your seat. You have to fight for it. Hard work definitely we have to do, but along with it, consistency. That is what matters a lot.
All right. So the examination of AIAT had too many levels. You had writing also, then you had psychometric test also, you had interview also. So how did you manage this three-stage preparation?
Yes, ma'am. So, first, I completely focused on qualifying the first round, that is the essay writing and psychometry. That was so
That was,
included in
yeah,
that process as
yeah.
well. But after that, I was a bit scared about that PI, personal interview thing that was conducted. There's this process of getting recommendation letters also from your professor. So you have to prepare those things also. So these things were very different from other legal law entrance
Points.
examination that I took. Yes, ma'am. I had to get reference letters, etc. also
Yeah.
from college.
Yeah, it becomes sort of disturbing. I know students get very troubled with these documents, which is why we provide a copy and sample of these in the module so that people do not
Yeah.
face this problem.
During the AIAT mock interview, I took it from you only. You conducted my mock interview. So it was very helpful because I got that professional setup where how a professor could ask me those questions. And it was very similar. Like when you asked me very legally oriented questions, which were quite similar, but they asked me a bit like totally thoda sa out of syllabus they asked me. Thankfully, I used to religiously follow current affairs updates from you as well as from your Instagram posts as well
Yeah.
as from there was this one channel that that's why I could answer. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, most of the questions, the way you were framing the questions during the mock interviews, it helped me a lot. It gave me that confidence to sit calmly and answer the questions, even though one or two I could not. But still, you told me, I remember you advised me that just be very calm, even if you do not know. Just say thoda sa, jitna bhi pata ho. So I said whatever upar se, and then I moved on to the next question. They asked me the next question. That is how it was.
Okay. But good enough, you landed yourself into two colleges and like you were spoiled for choice. Circumstances
Yes,
did not
ma'am.
favor you, otherwise, I'm sure you could have got into MHCET also had you gone to Pune. But
Yes, ma'am. I
it
was
never happened.
preparing really well for MSET also
Yeah, yeah.
because I shared with you that I had certain problems earlier. So I was preparing with full heart, like with my entire being for that MSET as well, but couldn't even give the examination. So
Yeah, yeah.
that is what it is.
So,
Yes.
what's the one final advice that you would want to give to students? And I remember you had scored even good marks in NLSAT, although you didn't qualify, but
Yes, ma'am.
your score was
Ma'am,
good.
I couldn't complete the question. Like I got a bit like taken carried away while writing those answers.
No.
So writing those situation based answers, I got a bit carried away and could not complete. That was one time related factor that I faced. That's why time management problem. So that ma'am, one advice as such, I would say that the same thing, ma'am, that you need to be consistent you need to do the hard work, because and also you need to sit for various examinations. You need not, like, it might be your dream university, but still you have to sit for various examination. You should not take a risk, and just be consistent and be calm, and I'm sure that you will flourish and will do great in the upcoming examinations.
All right, all right. Okay, thank you so much, Sohini, for being here, for taking out time for
And
us. And it was great knowing how you managed all these exams together. And maybe, in future, once you join the college, maybe we'll interact with you once again in future to know how's it going for you.
definitely, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.